Nobody who is successful has been realistic in life. Delusional self-belief is the one and only deciding factor in substantial success. All the other so-called tactics and hacks are fluff. It is the man who makes a plan or vision successful. A wrong man for the job will fail, no matter how meticulous of a plan you give him. Now, if you are new to my channel, you will feel a strange repulsion to what I say, as you do not understand yet the metaphysical aspect of this world. We live in an amorphous world, like a dream. The dream is being dreamt by the source of all that is. And you are in a dream world that can change if your perception changes. If you are a realistic person, you play by the rules of what already is. Therefore, nothing extraordinary can come out of you, as you lack imagination. All visionary men achieved greatness, not realistic men. The word delusion, when you break it down, means de-illusion. That is, removing the veil of this illusory existence. That means, you see with your mind's eye, the eye of God. The spiritual vision which can imagine beyond what it sees. De-illusion means to free yourself from the shackles of this world. What bounds the realistic man to this world's oppression, frees the visionary man. That is your mind. There is a beautiful book by Russell Conwell, in which he talks about you having acres of diamonds. But we are not aware of it. To summarize, he tells the story of a man who sold his land to go look for diamonds in other lands. As it was the era of diamond rush. And most men were chasing after those mythical diamonds and riches. So this man sold his land to buy the supplies to go treasure hunting. Not knowing that the land he sold had a river in it, which was filled with giant diamonds. The man who bought his land found the diamonds that this man was oblivious of. The story elucidates the point that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Work with what you have. But its even deeper metaphysical meaning is this: you have literally the presence of God within you. So look within first, before you go off chasing happiness and peace in this world. The world is your illusion. The God within is dreaming. Your own I amness is your acres of diamonds. That very creative principle that is animating your body has given you all that you have. And will continue to give you everything you want so long as you work with it, not against it. If you think you have achieved anything in this life, think again. How many uncontrollable things had to go right for you to get what you wanted? Exactly. In a heartbeat, your plans can fail. But some inexplicable thing seems to be making everything work behind the scenes. Life just seems to work for the most part. That is the real you. Your awareness of being. It is your deeper self that is one with God. Therefore, it contains all that you could possibly imagine. Your own wonderful human imagination is God, said Neville Goddard. Because imagination is the creative principle out of which God has created everything from nothing. There is no other way to create something new. So, what I am getting at is this: the world out there is an illusion, being animated from within you, by your awareness of being. If you desire to change your world, you cannot do that by wrestling with the effects. In the scripture it says, "Let the dead bury the dead." How can the dead bury the dead when they are already dead? So this verse is an analogy. It means, this world of illusions is dead, as it is already manifested. The world of effects, not cause. So this world of the dead will bury itself if you stop wrestling with it and keep breathing life into it. Remember, what you pay attention to becomes alive in your world. As this dream mirrors you, the animator. So, to wrestle against the unwanted conditions in this world is to keep them in view. To imagine the desired outcome is to animate it into existence. This is the reason only visionary men create extraordinary success. And the realists remain so-called real. Real, as boring and mundane. As it is confined to the bounds of what already is. So, what can be, has little to no room for existence. Sages and mystics were the most irrational men of their time. Neville Goddard was called the mad mystic of 48th Street. Jesus was crucified by the people of his time. Nikola Tesla was ostracized and ridiculed. The point is, the collective doesn't understand vision or imagination. They do not understand that we live in an amorphous world. A world of infinite potential. But only the visionary man can unlock it for himself. So the collective will tell you to be like them and stop being delusional. Don't break your illusion. As it scares them. So let the dead bury the dead. And go in search of the acres of diamonds within. Do it alone. Tell no one. Your success will speak louder. Vision is an individual thing. As you have the Christ within you. You're personal and individual, yet one with everything, essence of God. You need not a soul other than your own to bring to fruition what you want. so long as you remain loyal to your vision. I titled this video that, I wish I knew this in my 20s. Because that is the pivotal time in a man's life. And the amount of success I have achieved in just 4 years of knowing this information is undeniable to the fact that I do not need anyone, but I am. Once you activate the Christ within deliberately, you cannot go back to your old ways. You can be dishonest with yourself for a while, but you cannot go back. It forever changes you. I put my burden on the Christ within, and I go free, said Florence Scovel. I now know for a fact that all my achievements, peace, freedom, and love that I have gained, was because I am. My ego self couldn't have done it with all its mighty planning and analysis. I tried for many years before knowing the law. So I know from personal experience that my so-called delusion has brought me far more success than my realism. My imagination has shown me things which have no existence in the world of rationality. Once I make a vision natural to me, knowing that I already have which I desire to be, it has come to pass. But the pesky mind and the illusory self makes it not a walk in the park, it requires deliberate practice every day. Therefore, we keep coming back to the Christ within. The mystic path is the path of exaltation and redemption. All else is but smoke screens and mirrors. Leading you down in circles, forever chasing that which has no existence outside of you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Seek first the kingdom of heaven and all these things shall be added on to you. Said Christ. The kingdom of heaven cannot be attained by the realist nor the religionist, for they lack the imaginative eye of the mystic, which can only be attained via childlike curiosity devoid of the shackles of rationality. Unless you be like the little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven, says the scripture. So I ask you, O dreamer, are you aware of I am? Your acres of diamonds,